No way. No way. No.
What's going on, everybody? There's a lot going on in the city. But the video that you just saw was an executed murder that happened on the southeast side of the city at a gas station, man. Now, the victim was a well-known rapper by the name of Pacheco, who was 34 years old. And there was another victim who was 29. Now, as you well know, they pulled up at the gas station, and there were three guys who pretty much targeted them, who are now arrested. Two who are arrested in Houston, and then a third suspect who was caught in Philadelphia. Now, HPD had to work with the DEA and the U.S. Marshals to capture these three individuals, man. Now, two of them are Hernan Torres and Hernando Torres. And then Hernan Torres Sr. was caught in Philadelphia, okay? So Torres Jr. and Hernando Torres were caught in Houston, and Sr. was caught in Philly. The fact of the matter is that, I'm glad they caught these three individuals. It's just to bring y'all, some awareness as to what the hell is going on in the city, man. I mean, with the advent of cameras and phones, you're not really going to get away with much, man. If you're going to do anything, do it in secret. I'm not advocating violence. I'm just saying it's common sense. Regardless, a life was taken. And I put the image of the three individuals for y'all to see, man. I think it's important for y'all to see who's riding around the city with, long-range rifles, chopping up people's vehicles and killing folks. So I recently did a video on domestic violence in the city of Houston. I've always said that it's a major issue. We have another case of that, where there was a man who pretty much pulled up on three women sitting on the porch and started firing at them at random. And two of the women died. One of them managed to get away. This happened on the 133rd block of East 37th Street in Northwest Houston early in the morning. So HPD received a call around 1:38 a.m., pretty much 1:40 a.m., reporting a shooting that happened where they located two females on scene, man. One was 39 and one 22-year-old who were fatally gunshot to death. So according to some witnesses, there were three women that sit on the porch just hanging out, enjoying themselves when put a video up. A man dressed in a blue hoodie, pulled up at the gate or pulled up at the fence and just started firing at the women. It's straight up domestic violence. I believe this guy was an ex-boyfriend of one of the women. Like I mentioned before, man, two of the women were pronounced DOA at the scene. They're still looking for the suspect. They know that he parked at a different location and then crept up on foot on the three women. And it's unfortunate, man, because one ex-boyfriend getting at his ex-girlfriend cost somebody else their life and then wounded a third woman who had nothing to want to do with the situation. I'm just going to throw this in there. I don't mean to preach and be Mr. whatever, but I will say I've always learned from a young age, you don't live to yourself, you don't die to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may think that it's just your life and you doing your thing, but I guarantee you that, somebody else will be affected by your decision. Now, these are the people that you're closest to, that you love the most. It ain't just random strangers that, you don't really care nothing about, man. But in this city, you really got to be mindful of who you get with, man. There's a lot of mental issues going on just across the country. There's a lot of people out here and then the economies, as the economy goes down the tubes and things get harder for people and people are having just self-esteem and just all kinds of issues, man, I would argue that it's wise for you to just keep in mind of who you get with, man. I mean, at the end of the day, it's never justified, as you know, that somebody's life should be taken. But at the end of the day, man, just, think 2, 3, 4 times over, have a circle of people around you that you trust who can help you vet somebody if you're having a hard time, man. This is just uncalled for. Prayers out to the family. I'm gonna show a clip of the mother. Anybody who knows anything, man, you can contact HPD. This is just uncalled for.
Revino.
And tell me your daughter's name.
My daughter's name was Mary Arredondo.
Can you spell her last name?
Mary Arredondo is Arredondo.
What do you want people to know about Mary?
This shouldn't have happened. I mean, whoever did it, please turn yourself in. It shouldn't have happened at all. It shouldn't happen. They were just enjoying their night. But for somebody to do that, to shoot these two girls. This world's coming to a different ending now. I mean, someone innocent, two innocent persons got killed, which is my daughter and her friend.
And she was a mother.
And a mother. Yes. So, I don't know who you are, who did it, but can you please turn yourself in, please?
I should add that the 39-year-old victim was Mary Arredondo, who was identified by her mother. And her mother showed up after getting a call that, one of her children was a victim of the shooting, essentially. As I mentioned, this shooter was an estranged boyfriend, and after getting statements from the women who escaped, they don't even know who the shooter or the suspect is. I mean, at the end of the day, though, I'm sure one of the family members saw who he was, but if anybody recognizes this woman and, knows something, man, just contact the police. So I also will say that I've made several videos in the past about, talking about human trafficking. One recently. We have a 15-year-old girl, a beautiful young woman who was, has gone missing. This is on the west side of the city. Phoebe Gabrielle was seen walking around, on the west side of the city, walking southbound on the 1300 block of Afton Street around 11:15 p.m. this last Sunday. They don't know anything else. They being the authorities, quite frankly. She had long brown hair. She was wearing a white tank top, black sweatpants with gold necklaces. She's about 5'1" at 110 pounds. If anybody knows anything, reach out to authorities. You gotta protect, watch yourselves. Try to protect your loved ones, your children. Especially if you're a young, attractive woman, you always have to be careful. There's a lot of sickos and psychos out here. There's both men and women that are like that, but as a young woman, you got to stand your piece and keep put a photo for y'all to see, man. It's the Bayou City Report, coming at y'all with some other updates. There's a lot going on in the city of Houston. There's plenty more to come. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I appreciate y'all's support. Y'all stay safe out there, man. God bless. I'm out.